Stu, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Do you guys think our cornerbacks played up to expectations? I know there aren't a ton of throws to judge that on.
I don't think Cam or Denzel were really happy with how they played in the game. I don't look at it and be like, well, that was problematic. It's again the walk on tipping the ball to himself. That's just kind of a fluky type of situation. I think that there was a throw that was kind of I don't want to say it was necessarily back shoulder, but it was kind of a back shoulder throw. Tyler Buckner, we wanted to talk so much about him as a runner. I mean, he did make a couple throws. I mean, as Sue said, there wasn't a ton of completions or a ton of attempts. I think everybody could have played better. I mean, we sit there. I mean, I think that if you talk to Tommy Eichenberg and Steele Chambers and Michael Hall, they all say that they could play better. I mean, it's just week one at this point. Sue mentions expectations. I heard mixed expectations from fans in terms of what they thought of the corners. I mean, and remember, it's a position that there are only 6 scholarship corners, and guys were kind of banged up at the end of fall practice. So, I think that they did fine. We'll see what happens. James Blackman for Arkansas State, former Florida State quarterback, who's kind of bounced around a little bit. He's going to be a more prolific passer in terms of throwing the ball than what Buckner was, but there's not a Michael Mayer walking through the door for Arkansas State. So it'll be interesting, but I don't have any reason to sit there and say that the corners were significantly below what I expected. If you would have told me yardage numbers and everything else, and that Ohio State would only give up one touchdown on defense against Notre Dame, I've been like, well, I think everybody's going to be walking out of this one with sore arms, slapping each other on the back.
Yeah, Bert Denzel, he gave up the diving tipped catch, and then he also gave up the diving incomplete catch. So he gets credit for those two, and he didn't look all that happy after the game. Cam Brown gave up the catch and run to Michael Mayer, but I think there's a push off there and to allow some of that freedom. But overall, that was. And I don't know who was responsible for the catch on the tight end down the seam over the middle with a fake toss to the left. And, Cameron Brown was in the area, so there were some safeties, so there were some linebackers. I don't know whose responsibility was what, but really those are the only 4 plays that the corners or the pass defense gave up. So I know they didn't play well enough to be happy, so people should be happy with that. They're going to come back even more determined. It'll be interesting to see how this competitive stamina that Ryan Day keeps talking about plays out on Saturday when the Buckeyes know they're going to win by whatever they want to win by, and the corners are probably pretty angry about some things that happened against Notre Dame and what that means for the Red Wolves and their passing game on Saturday.